morning once again, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Alex, I'm not talking now again. I don't contribute.
Yes, I want to start by recognizing the team of Chief Electoral Commissioner, the Chairman and the National Returning Officer, and the 5 commissioners present here this morning. All political parties present, the Sierra Leone Police, the media fully represented. I see some international partners around, colleagues of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, CSOs, national observers, Ude Asafu. We're not a temple about anybody. Asafu number we go. That is going to be our slogan. And henceforth we will move Safu.
Level 1.
Today's level 1. Level 1 Safu. As we go on the countdown, we have 18 days to the polls. And when I say 18 days, I'll be looking on my right hand side at the National Secretary General of the APC. Permit me to quote you. In one of our meetings, he was asking, are you sure this election will hold the 24th of June? He asked us 3 times, are you sure this election will hold the 24th? On behalf of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, as I said and answered, together with the Chief Electoral Commissioner, inshallah, and by God's grace, the 24th of June, 2023, we are going to have these elections. God be our helper. And we do a Safu. When we done the election, we're going to have Safu. Without winning, then Safu. Without loss, you go see those Safu. Without angle cost, you go call Safu. That's so we're going to this election. But as part of my opening, I'll be calling on the Chief Electoral Commissioner to also make a statement. Let me just share with you some of our emotions as commissioners, the Chief Electoral Commissioner, colleagues, and even staff of the ECSL. My brothers and sisters, we are human beings. We have families. We have our children. We have our brothers. We have our sisters. But the threats, the intimidations, some of us have gone through this for the past 18 years. 18 years. For some of our colleagues, they are new in the game. The incendiary statements, cacophony of verbal invectives, plaguing all over the place. Anyway, I call her. I get level 1 grammar, not level 2. Some of us have our mothers that are alive. They are alive. They are in their 80s. And people are just abusing them day and night for no good reason. But we are doing this, we are accepting this in the faith of nationalism. As people who are patriotic, we are patriotic Sierra Leoneans. We have taken this responsibility of working for the commission for the good of Mama Salome and not for any one person. Every day PPP is molesting us. I don't know what that PPP stands for. I'm not interested in doing. Really, candidly. I've seen that level 1, but I'm not interested in doing. We have been threatening, our families have been threatening. It is no secret, the SLP will inform you that we have built up security in our offices because there are threats to burn our offices, to kidnap our children. All of you seated here, political parties represented, you have your families. If I had opted to be a military man, believe in me, I will tell you, come and meet me in my home. Yes, I will say, come. Those of you who are threatening to come and kill us, those of you who are threatening to kidnap our children, to kill to slaughter, because some of them say they will slaughter our children. Abusing the mother of the Chief Electoral Commissioner. His mother is alive. My mother is alive. But let us take Sierra Leone. Lord, they looting and serve in this country. Let us accept this as they are. As a commission, we have been doing what is expected of us in tandem with the laws, in tandem with legal provisions, and we are moving. We have 18 days to go. We are going to allay the fears of all those who think these elections will not win. The election will win. Not so by way of power as a commission, But by God's grace and by God's divine intervention, God will enter into the hearts and minds of every one of us here today. As my brother did read that surah for me. The last surah we did read, he talk and say, interpret. I understand small one. A small side no more understand here. You know, no one they say I call Reverend Lahai for prayer. Today I ask Reverend Lahai to pray for us. And that's something very significant. We say Reverend Lahai the whole mic for praying. It's for the good of this country, for the good of all of us. Election is not a do or die battle. No two winners can be presidents. No two persons can be parliamentarian for a particular seat. It will not happen. It is in the PR system. I'm building up this just to cool down our respective emotions. The way we are flaring over issues. Sometimes we provide cogent information for the public. It is distorted. It is misconstrued. Just to meet the needs of some of these persons who are doing this. Even when we attempt to inform the public about the right things, the public is still being misinformed. But as a commission, we are taking the front line now. We'll be at the forefront. For any misinformation or any act that is contrary to the good of this country, we give the necessary corrections. We let people know the right things for all of us, for this country to thrive in a stable manner. I had asked my brother to pray for 2 minutes, but I think I have spoken for more than 3 minutes. Because I'm the chairman, I'm chairing this meeting. And the power rests in me to determine how long I talk. With all due respect to all of you. But notwithstanding that, I have my able senior chairman and the national returning officer. I may not want to say everything. I will allow the chairman to make a short comment. Not long, but if you go say it's not like you know all the power. Over to you, Chair. Use the mic, sir.
Chairman, Commissioner, I call and Field Commander. I think this meeting, we deliberately say, let us talk Creole. And we come with the media so that people then will hear what will they talk now. Some people that can always ask me, what will make you vex? Or what will they make you not sleep? But good thing they will not they make a vex. For me, saying I'm human being, I can vex, I can be emotional. Some of we, now mama there, make we educate. If your mama not responsible for your education, or not take care of you, we are going to cost them. But we your mama there will respect them. If you feel say where they cost, that will make you do what they outside the law. Or where you will say you they go threatening, you they go kidnap me picking there. Or you can't burn this office, now it will make you do what you want to make her do. A mistake is a mistake. But people that can say, na normal thing, they never cost you before accept them. Even they accept them. Because I want blessing. And because what they do them for this country for free. We say some of who work, and they be responsible for paying the beginner school fees. Then they pay with money, but who can't help for contribute to this country development. Now not a license for somebody who in Europe, they cost we every day, they threaten we every day. It's not a license. Today I'm emotional, and I'm very emotional, I mean it.
Calm down, Safu.
No, I'm not a calm down, Safu, Commissioner. I want the political parties in I want the civil society in If they really want me to conduct this election, if they all they feel the feeling what they get, whether they cost, whether they threaten we, I want them to all condemn. What they will support us and they do to we. I want them to all condemn. What they will support us and they do to we. We don't go sign MOU, we don't sign peace accord. But every day, people that they talk things that we're not organ for peace. And we all know who are the supporters there. So I want the political parties there, if they're committed to peace, may they say they condemn what they supporters that they do to win.
Yes.
Maybe not take decision. We're not the whole meeting with any political party where supporters that they cause with. Whether they threaten with. But the commission don't think otherwise, the law will not do that. Now that's make I even count this meeting. We not serve the country, we not take responsibility for let people that they cause and threaten with life. You know what it mean when you wake, you begin to ask you, Papa, me begin to friend and they ask me why me that they threaten you now. You know what it means? We are not doing this for anybody. We sign oath for letting you do this work in the best interest of this country. We have responded to so many questions. We have had meetings with so many issues. We have addressed all of these issues being prepared on the media, social media. But every day it's the same question. Every day it's the same threat. If somebody really wants to bring this country to a fire, make it come outside in a comfort zone, make it kind. You don't go there that they threaten. You don't go there that they threaten. They ask other people when I go destroy PPLC or ECSL building. You want to develop the country, yes, it is your responsibility. But we have to come together. We get for be civil. That's what we are known for. Peace-loving people, not threatening. We only have 14 days. It has never happened. We released this aggregated data long ago, which has never happened in this place. They give you the voter register 2 weeks to election.
Of course, yes.
But we have provided this aggregated data for parties to prepare themselves. We are doing all of this because of transparency. You are ready for the election, campaign. You are ready for the election, go ahead and do your thing. ECSL is not an opposition to any political party. So we should not be the targets. I want to make this clear. I'm a human being, I'm emotional, and I have things that are all sacred. I will not tolerate anybody just going around threatening and abusing my family. The rest of the commission, you ask the data, the message is when they send to us. So they extend the boy, not even one for take calls now. Because anyone you call Namami cost. Any call is taking Namami cost. When they come for you, they can't cut the head. People say that's normal in election. It's not normal for some of us. We take it very seriously. Thank you.
You know, Charles, I say that sample. You know, Stefan, sample. You know, as Chia say, would I be living some of you lawyer. But go meet me, say you go cut me here. You know, the last soldier, I will die. The last soldier. So now when they threaten now, and I tell them, we are human beings, we can fight back if we want to. Yes, we can fight back. Some of us fought the war in this country, I don't know. We don't even want to remind some of our children. This is now level 2. We don't even want to remind our children of what we I'm back to level 1. We are talking about morals. We are talking about civility. Are we the wretched of the earth? Are we the abandoned bundles that we should be treated this way? My chairman is emotional. He has never experienced this kind of emotion. But some of us are hardened. We are thick-skinned. Cause me no more. Cause say you go tired. If you believe say you know man can't cause me. Not even ECSL. Let me talk like the highway. Some of us, you don't take after ECSL there is life. There is life. But some of the beginners just like I don't want to go about teacher, I don't talk. But what for assurance, things are on course. And we are operating on a level playing field as a commission. The partnership is there, we are collaborating. We are not an opposition to any political party. We have never been, and they always record this when we open a campaign meeting, we call a campaign meeting. This same set of people, just like the director of operations go and read the talk, we say we don't talk. Now we don't do this election 2007. Now we don't do it 2008. We never 2008 before now we didn't do council election. We don't do it 2012. We don't do it 18. 2023 is no exception. As we are seated here, we have over 10,000 international observers there. They all come, they receive them with open hands. Then they go now with regions them, they give them audience. Then they interview me. So that tells you the level of transparency we are exhibiting. There's nothing to hide. Nobody can ever tell us in this country about rigging of election. It has not happened. But people will always say rig who cyber. Anyway, chair, take it. I don't bring me back to the well. But the rest are some chair, our families are safe. My God, the power. So, Mutaman, the power. Mutaman, they will do nothing. And what you want to try with, law forgets for the election business, law won't have to free, law will first so about to go about sample. Sample about it. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say we all thank you for all come. We feel safe for you now this emotional outburst. You know, in literature, we call it catharsis. This is just an outburst. We feel relieved when we release it. Don't take out the because and so say we release they go down. You know, the smiles in the beginning come back. Maybe my German don't begin smile. You know, that's the spirit. We don't see there's life after the 24th of June. Definitely. We have enough information to share with you today. We get enough updates. So on that note, I did ask for law adopt the agenda. We are happy to say we don't already adopt it. So they move. Yes, we don't adopt. Straight. Sample. We don't adopt that. So they go on to update ECSL. Over to you, Mr. Masako, ECSL. Okay. We have maybe before the updates. I don't know if Chan has any special pronouncement to make relating to any other issue, or else we all proceed. Yeah.
We're going to, part of the update, we'll tell political parties that we have completed the printing of the voters register, and we are now comfortable to release the voter register as required, as we normally do in the past elections. We'll give the names, the photos to political parties for them to print. And I think we'll do that, if not today, before the end of the week, we'll do that. And then secondly, the ballot box papers are being printed. Once we get the final delivery date, we'll inform political parties to be present when we receive them at the airport. From there, we'll dispatch them to the various regions. Again, I'm now at level 1, so the rest assured will continue working, but once you hit up, some of us will come up appropriately. We'll let you know that it hurts our feelings. We'll continue to be open, we'll continue to be inclusive, we're open to dialogue and discussions until we go through this election. We only have 18 days. During the campaign, when I assumed office, people were saying by 6 months to election, the country will be like this, but we're happy that campaigns are going very well. I mean, there are isolated incidences of whatever is happening. We have received complaints from political parties through the PPLC, but notwithstanding the global picture, we think the campaigns are going well. And my belief, when I assumed office the first day, I said I want to conduct elections where my kids will be going to school, the normal people will be going about their normal businesses. I still hold that dearly, and we are committed to that. And I will call on political parties also to respect their commitment to ensuring that we have peace, not by silence to people that threaten the peace of this country, not by remaining silent to threats or abusive languages. The civil society organizations, the multilateral partners, they also have roles to play. We know they meet with these political parties behind the closed door. But sometimes when it is over past mark, finally we all come together and say enough is enough. That's what we have done to this country during the war, and we continue to protect democracy, so maintain peace. I think we still Sierra Leoneans, we can do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I call on the ECSL team for their presentations, I think I will ask PPRC to do the presentation because ours is loaded. Before you come, let me also inform this body that the Know Your Candidates posters are available for all the categories of elections that are going to be held on the 24th of June. I'm sure some political parties have started receiving copies. For those that have not, we'll make the copies available to you in our respective district offices. We are posting them all over the country, just by way of just sharing additional information to you. As Chair said, the final list of voters, the register that has been a topical issue, we've almost concluded the printing. It's now packed in readiness for the conduct of the polls and all other activities in terms of non-sensitive materials. Just somebody washing our ballot boxes at the riverside. This is in Kailam. Right behind the office is a stream. We have a stream behind the office. So you expect us to take the ballot boxes somewhere else and leave that stream. Now they will wash that box. And we don't wash and clean. We'll be the wash boxes there 2012. We wash at 2018. We'll be the wash box get 20. They say they don't begin wash the box there for whole row back. Anyway, the gullibility of the masses will go for watching people. That means they fly like fire. All say, hey, ECSL, you know that. That stream so that they wash their box there. Now, be able to office in Kailam. Yes, as you come up, so they pack the box them down. As you go down, nobody be wash. That positive in time. You see them. I look now they were ready for go. You see them. You go to the room, nobody here. So go, we get families, and that makes you emotional. We go picking them, we go mama them. Let me be on my day. And I don't get a problem. It also for students' days. Una won't be serving me. Therefore, run away go. All I need is issue, of course, they don't know. So on that note, I'll call on PPRC for their presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The Chief Electoral Commissioner and Commissioners, leadership of political parties, Mr. Lady, go on everyone, circle, I'll talk about it so that we all understand. Being on a greeting from the Chairman and the Commissioner and from the PPRC. And first of all, I want to say, with support from the UNDP, we will be done complete engagement with the paramount chiefdom all over the country, including the tribal demanding and then village demanding within the rest of the area, for make them to give access to all political parties across the country, for them to carry on with the campaigns them as we did on the campaigns. And the paramount chiefdom and the tribal demanding and village head them, and then tribal chiefdom, then we don't agree and commit themselves say, and will allow each and every political party access to the different chiefdoms. We don't hold security meeting them and consultation with political parties them across the regions, or know they concern them and then concern them. So on Friday we will meet with political parties and key stakeholders them, the electoral system and the security sector, for look at their concern there and see how we address them. We don't recruit 20 staff then with support from international ideas. We will don't deploy them right across the country and districts the whole day. And we'll get 11 youth corps then from the Youth Service Commission, where they have the commission for the monitor the activities of political parties then across. And again, with support from the government of Salone, we don't monitor the campaign from where don't begin. And then we observe the following. We observe say them boku course and goodness and streets not there again better. And then feature in particular will not notice or receive any reports where any political party say where opponents in the campaign go cherry poster. And we'll not get incidents of violence free town and most part of the country. But we still get challenged. with the people in the process and streets, because after all meet with political parties then on the 28th of March, we agree, we put out the guidelines as to how people are for process. We'll see some people are still the pass to gather flow, on them and all of this. And but to want for use this opportunity for congratulate the political party so far. Then give them support and they don't behave themselves compared to past elections, you know. And but still again, notwithstanding that we congratulate them, we get some thing that we want for bringing attention to political parties. Now I make we meet with them all will take part in these elections on Friday. We observe say the APC let's say they obstruct the activity in Amoriva town and Bond district. They say that SLPP supporter them at the ground. And inside my 91, so SLPP supporter and say harass them there and threaten them and get for 1 hour go and Wayamba Junction and then they go sleep for their life. And also when we get alleged destruction of campaign materials them and my 91 and my book inside to Kolili, Lama inside Kenema district, Kabala inside Koinadogo district, Kalam town inside Kalam district, and Mongo and Dugo inside Falaba district. And then we get an audio with 2 APC officials then it's threatening ethnic people and say if they attack them people then on some other side they said to do the same thing at the Northwest region. And we get report of the burning of the residence of Madam Diana Konoman, the first time regional chairperson for APC. We don't discuss with Madam Diana, but also discuss as police investigate, we not go for tell now waiting tell we. We observe with keen interest when ECSL they do the campaign calendar in the presence of PPRC and political parties. ECSL been saying at 7 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock he will return campaign for 2 days. We observe say political parties and they go beyond that same day. The reason why I believe say make ECSL because the chairperson of ECSL is a member of PPRC. Because when we look at the campaign guidelines, we want let all man not do the campaign we place right. We not want to place down that let bad people go between us and give a political party bad name. So we still concerned and we will discuss them with you on Friday we'll meet with you. Again from the government of Salon Chef they meet our band of stuff, but they meet with political party when we contest the election on Friday. ONS, we'll not go discuss some of the issues because now we can say when we get the Political Parties Act number 25 of 2022, we don't want and find APC or the one SLPP. And after that, they will be meeting there within our parliament and we say if any breach come, we go engage them for level friend way how we go for settlement in there because we not go want to map and buy people and say because we don't know the state and they say PPRC and told let's go. Then not say the whole long get 6-9 one for bets and half bets. So we get for engage them on some of the issues there and see how we will go for manage yourself as we don't manage yourself until we go to elections. With funds from the international ideas, PPRC on the 22nd and 23rd of June, we will get what we call float parade. Initially, one call a worker for peace. On the 22nd, we will do at district level, all the districts all over the country. We don't hire the services of artists for peace. They don't do a very fantastic song where the commission will release very soon, in the next 72 hours. We will release that Sunday where we get artists from across the country. Why we choose Artists for Peace? Artists for Peace get a history in a salon from the time where we did from you have to say you need sale and then get a policy say anybody really part of them as you sing political song they come out you need to join the beginning. So they now put together a brilliant song. They even in the call, for let the least man know, how to be able to say before, during, and after the elections. And on the 23rd, when are the cool enough, the district will be planning initially for get politicians and as we do float parade they will get by election. But we not go want to say they must one drop one line. They must one drop one line. With that amount to campaign. So we'll get them off. We will get statements then from the leader them. We will appeal to the people then as long as they behave themselves on the elections day and after. That one is now on the 23rd on a cooling off day. We will do one at the regional headquarters then and free talk. I will left one again with the theme for this year when we say in Creole, let we join on for better salon. Salon big pass we all. And let we do all things safu. And thank you.
Thank you much. Not going to wait. Yes, thank you very much. The brother from the PPRC, Mr. Seymour. Maybe somebody will ask questions. Take 3 or comments quickly, because after this now ECSL come up with presentations. Any comments? Any question for PPRC? Yes, over to you, Reverend Ahmed. Use the mic.
In the first place, I want to appreciate this update from the PPRC. It don't give me the conviction that this electoral process will approach constructive and engaging, and I think that is encouraging. I also appreciate the fact that though they don't know say they get the power now for good things, they don't say that power not for use and for disadvantaged people, and rather the decision that they need for engage, so that they able to arrive at consensus on how they go for manage excesses. Kudos to PPRC for that stance. And you don't highlight some instances where people don't go against the things the way they don't sign, see na they do, like campaigning after the time, and you don't highlight the risk when involved in that, and also the areas that all way you highlight. You don't tell what you don't do in terms of the violations and then whose mechanism I don't put in place for ensuring there are way they go my boundary. This is 7 o'clock, you go say 9. Whose mechanism I don't put in place for let them know see that we don't sign say no.
Thank you, and we will get 2 more so that we will take them. Oh, you want to handle this one? Okay. Yes, over to you.
I'm happy to know that you're here today, PRC. I know that you've always been in a meeting like this. Since you highlighted some of the issues relating to the recent incidents that has happened in the past few weeks, and I, being in the position to know exactly what has happened and the complaints coming directly to me engaging PPRC, and also at a point in time I called the ECSL boss, Mr. Collin, on the Bujewo issue. The violence and attack against the APC supporter is not isolated. I've heard people saying they are isolated. It's not. It's recurring. It's an everyday issue. It's a daily issue in the Southeast. And I believe you know about that. And to say they are isolated and it's well, I'm not saying. I don't want to use any other thing to bring in the confrontation, because it's not a confrontation. I just want to put the point that it's troubling, and that is the reason why the incident you highlighted about the gentleman I know you're talking about is presently in detention at the CID, who made that statement that if the SLPP continues to attack people, supporters of the APC in the Southeast, they will retaliate. It's from Putloko. He's in detention and following that matter. we do not want things like this to happen. Statements like this to come from the APC or the SLPP. But if you are on top of what you have just read, you would know that the gentleman made that statement, even though it is not to our own knowledge, and we did not give such a directive, but he made it directly as a result of the frustration, which came out from an audio made by one SLPP supporter, a very senior one at that, in the same Potloko, that anyone who comes out to vote for the APC in Potloko in a particular area will be hunted down and will be killed. You know, that's the reason why he made that statement, and that is the reason why that gentleman, by the way, is not arrested, has not been arrested, because he's SLPP. You know, and all these attacks, you know, when our supporters call us, when they call us, and we usually, because that's the usual thing to do, to report to the police. And when they report the matter to the police, they will be the ones to be detained. It happened in Pujo, when they threw acid on 2 people, and one of them is now dead. When they came, they brought all of them, they came to Bo to come and make the report because there was some issue in Pujo, so they brought all of them to Bo. They were the ones who were arrested. And the same thing is happening in Bonn. Yesterday in Kailao, you know, and these things are happening when we are campaigning. It's not happening when the SLPP are campaigning. You would never hear of those issues when the SLPP. Look at your report. I challenge you, look at your report. It will happen on the days of the APC campaigning. When we are campaigning, they will attack us, and when they are campaigning, it will be peaceful because we will allow them to do their campaign peacefully. And this is a worrying situation, not only for the PPRC, but for ECSL. Because you recall, Mr. Governor, there was a time when I called you, and you told me that that's the duty of the PPRC. You said it was the duty of the PPRC. And I said to you that yes, I am aware that PPRC regulate the conduct of political party, but you, ECSL, gave us the days to campaign, and this is what's happening. So that is really troubling, and we want you to really come out strongly on that, because we do not want the situation to escalate more than it is already. But you see, the point is this: we're making the report to the police. I am on the phone every day. Even yesterday, I was on the phone with the IG. He picks my call every day. He tries to help, but the situation is not abating. And we want you really, now that you're releasing, to really try as best as possible. From today, if we can get that assurance from you that it will not happen, you will be able to put mechanism in place so that the election can go peacefully. And also the rhetorics, like you said, the rhetorics. We wrote a letter to you, PPRC, and on Monday, you must have received it, explaining to you about certain rhetorics made by the SLPP with regards to the leadership of the APC. And we asked you to address that issue. And some of this issue, when the rhetorics, if at all, is made by the APC, which we as leaders of the APC do not condone, and we will condemn whatever kind of rhetorics come out of our supporters, as long as it's bad. We also want you to condemn. You remember when
NSG asked to wrap up on that.
This is the last point. It's a very serious issue. If we do not nip this on the board, it's going to be a problem. You may not know what I'm talking about.
I know. Friday is a very good day for you to bring all of these issues out in Friday meeting.
Mr. Chairman, please.
No, I want you to land.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
I am high up there, so I am landing in a very.
You did answer.
The thing is, you find us, the PPRC find us 120 million. For somebody who have made a statement during our triumphant entry into freedom, we do not even know the people, but you find us 120 million because certain songs were made against the president and the first lady, and of course us will condemn anything, derogative against anybody, whether it's the president or first lady. However, in this case, where the first lady used derogative statements against our leader, we have yet to see anything coming from
NSG, I will hold you there a little bit because we have to respond to the updates from.
I am done, but what I'm saying, it's an update. I want him to know that.
You'll be granted the opportunity to respond and add more to this on the Friday
and
meeting.
I hope you will not stop me there because I mentioned the.
No, I will not be there, in fact, to stop you. My powers are within the confines of this conference room as the chairman and the lead pit general for this meeting. Yes? Yes, Dr. Kapua? Oh, sorry. Reverend, sorry about it. I'll get back to you.
Thank you. Chair, I was going to reserve these comments of ours, but because we are before camera, it's also very necessary that we raise it for the PPRC. We'll be meeting on Friday, but we have also sent copies of our reports to you. As at yesterday, this is our situation report from our situation room. Also incidents of attacks against our members. The SLPP sectional chairman Aruna Etoli was mercilessly beaten by APC supporters, in particular Charlie Baromi and Ahmad Kabo at Mabat, Ward 160, constituency 047 Tonkolili district. Also, Mr. BPRC, we have sent to you, the police is also in copy, that APC talks, in particular Chairman Kanoko and Ahmed, attacked SLPP deputy chair in Mabunto, Ward 184, constituency 055, Senior Chiefdom, Tonkolili district, during our campaign day. We have also sent to the police and PPRC that the town chief, Al-Haji Sise, we are very specific, was intimidated by APC councillor aspirant. His name is Papa in Massam village, Kakoro Chiefdom, Ward 33, constituency 074, Moyamba district. And also for the attention of the police, we have sent that also to you and the PPRC that we have received repeated attacks. This is like an everyday incident occurring at the residence of the NCRA DG's resident by APC people. This has been reported to the police. So these incidents we thought we should also bring to you since people are now reporting incidences. This is what we are also facing as a party. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I ask Lucien to respond very quickly. Okay, then we proceed.
Thank you very much. I will start with the last. We've listened to your reports. Please ensure that you back them up with evidence. Same with the APC. Please back up your information with evidences. Because I believe we're in constant touch with the APC and the SLPP on a daily basis. We receive complaints from the APC, we receive complaints from the SLPP. And I think we've received one from an independent candidate and one from NURP. So what we want is that you give us the evidence, we work with the evidence. And when we find the APC, they only get 20,000 millions, it's because of the law. And we won on the law, and the law was not heeded 6 days after, and we find. And I believe we should not discuss it now because we're in front of the courts, we want it. So let's keep it at the court. And also, I want to appeal to political parties. Please, when you are attacked, please don't come with empty complaints. Please, because I know all of the political parties, when you are doing your activities or your campaigns, you have your media teams. And some of the evidences we get from your media teams. They video, they upload on social media, and we act. So please ask your media team to be vigilant to ensure that these evidences are there, because if the Commissioner West can serve me right, there are complaints when she was at PPRC by politicians that this happens. We have the video, we have the evidences. Those evidences will never appear. So please ensure that we get those evidences and then we'll act upon them.
Take one more from Reverend. It's been a while.
Thank you very much, Mr. Commission.
You will be giving us the closing prayers.
I say thank to the EPRC for giving up updates concerning the electoral process and what has been happening. Really, as a political party, NURP, we are concerned because of this development that have been taking place between the two big parties. Let us not forget that we came from the 11-year civil war. The mark is from all of us here. Nobody here don't know the mark of the 11-year war. Let's be peaceful. Let's know that governance is just about the welfare of Sierra Leoneans. Whosoever comes to power is the welfare of the Sierra Leoneans. If it is be the NURP, ABC, SLPP, or whatever, it's about the welfare of Sierra Leone. Let's treat ourselves with respect and love. We are one people. We are the same. One country, we are Sierra Leoneans. Yeah, this is fact. We are Sierra Leoneans. We are brothers and sisters. Let's think about the poor people, those that are creating this problem. Think about the innocent, the downtrodden who cannot find them, who have to suffer if there's a problem. Think about the aged, the old women and the old men, our parents, whom they are abusing gradually. So let's think about them and let's do something that will bring out a very credible election. We have come a long way. Mind you, the electoral process started immediately after the observer report came in. We started from that point up to now. We are now at the tail of the whole process. So let's be patient and see. Whom the two was we vote for to win the 2023 election. So we are concerned as a party that such incidents are coming up. We are not happy because we don't want people to disrupt the election. We want to win. We want a peaceful election so that people can vote for us. Because we say national unity and reconciliation. We want to reconcile. Thank you very much.
Reverend, I don't say where you go now. Church, sorry. They preach the same message back.
No, not only that, but we pray for the need and they pray for
so that note, so all of us here want to recognize Leone. You've been around, ambassador. You've always been. I don't want you to leave without giving us the last word. It always comes from you. We give you the mic. Then after that, I will ask Lucien to respond to Reverend Lahai. He's my brother. He will always accept what I do. Yes.
My apologies for leaving earlier than usual. But my team has an observation exercise very far away from the center of Free Sierra Leone, and I have to be there within the next 2 hours. So, but before I leave, I want to commend ECSL. First of all, your appearance has been very satisfying. When I came in and I saw you all in white, I was relaxed.
With the exception of the general.
Well, generals don't wear the uniform everybody else. So that is very, very relaxing and we are very comfortable with that. It tells us you want to maintain peace. And I want to appeal to all Sierra Leoneans, and I keep saying, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. I keep repeating what Papa told me so many years ago. He says, what happened in Sierra Leone before yesterday may not or is not the responsibility of any of us in this room. But what happens from today until June 25 remains the singular responsibility of every Sierra Leonean. Therefore, we must take that responsibility seriously and let us do it serve for serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you. Over to you, Lucien, to respond to Reverend Lahai. Then we proceed with this meeting with the presentation.
Yeah, in response to Reverend Lahai, as I stated earlier, we've noted the breach in that, and the Friday meeting will address it. And I've seen some of them, they've started adhering to the 5 p.m. timing. And I also want to appeal to political parties parties, lots of this and clear. This particular election will not get one more. When I come they allow the day done. Una the media house them, una not give political party, una radio station, the day when other person don't say they can't ready for tomorrow. If you are ready for tomorrow, let me stay 12 o'clock na net. Do you have with the big? Because now some of them after 15 there they bring the small sonko we during the day we will bring hala. So again, we will discuss them on Friday with political parties and you will see say changes for them. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Senomo, the Outreach Director of the Political Party Regulation Commission. I now call on Mr. Albert Masakoy to give us his presentation. We're going to have two presentations. It's going to be the other way around. Yes. Because the major concern of most political parties here centers around result management, including even the National Elections Board and other observers. So we're going to give a presentation. That day they had to little tell about with transparency. We don't get nothing to the hide. That register will not create now for that. Now we put it in votes. Now we all get for votes. Now we get votes sample. No wahala than the video. I tell you, Dr. Hudson, sample no more. Yes, proceed.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to present some whole system that the ECSL will use to collect the result for the June 24 election and also our data stations. The election management system which we intend to use for this cycle is not different from what we have been using. Form review, material intake is the same process. So whatever we've been observing from 2012, 2018, 2007 is the same procedure. Nothing has changed. What we intend to introduce this time around is how can we get the result within the shortest possible time. With that, we intend to use two architectural models. One will be the online platform, and the other is the offline platform. The online platform allows the transmission of results right from the polling station straight to our central infrastructure. With the offline architecture, result forms will be conveyed to our various regional tally centers where those Ts will be keyed into our infrastructure. So we have two models. If we have challenge with communication in terms of the internet and stuff, then we'll roll back to our normal procedure. So we have two. And these are the platforms, these are just that's the brief background of what we intend to use for the June 24th election. This diagram is just to give you a flow. Here is the polling station. The presiding officer who is in charge of each polling station will take a snapshot of the RRF, that's the result and constitution form at that station, and also key in the votes obtained by individual candidates for that particular polling station and that election. And that is going to be authenticated by two persons. One, the polling center manager who oversees the entire polling center, and the presiding officer who oversees the polling station. So it's not going to be a show where I have result for ABC, I just go into the corner and then I key and then I say, no. Two of them have to come together to verify and validate before that result is transmitted. Once it's transmitted, it goes direct to our data center. And for those of us that are IT inclined, we have our firewall. By just hearing the name firewall, it gives you an idea of what's the function of it. It's like a security mechanism that allows traffic to flow, that are being validated and allowed to pass through this checkpoint. It's like a checkpoint. We have also this router, which is also another checkpoint. And then finally we have our switch. So at this layer, we have data encryption from our polling station right to our data center. And then at this point, we now have our regional tally centers. So data flows from the polling station right to our national data center. And then from there, Bo, McKinney, Putlocker, Kenema, and Freetown will now pull and process data. So go back. And then we have the last one here, where, that's the media center, right? Where results will be announced. So whatever is processed from Bo, Kenema, McKinney gets back to our drum. And then from there, we have a pool. So you don't need to wait for, you don't need to take our physical laptop from Wellington to where you're going to announce the result. You stay at Bintumani, this guy's process, send it to our data center, and then Bintumani can access the data automatically. We are doing this to make sure we have results in the shortest possible time. Going back to, this is part of, this is the sample of the final register of voters that we are going to use for this election. We acknowledge we have issues in terms of the ID card photos. But I think if anybody stands in front of you, you can use these photos to verify that issue. So we want each and every one of us to ensure that this message is passed to civil unions, that even though they have ID cards that is not clearly showing their faces, they can still be identified on the day of the election. And for this register, when you get to the center, we are also preparing what we call name tag, just to facilitate the fast processing of voters. They are all ordered by surname, and then followed by the other name. You have the date of birth, mothers, and fathers. So for instance, you also have areas where there are no photos. It does not mean this person is not going to vote. The person is going to present the card or attestation, and this information you find here will be on that attestation. A sample of this was also generated. It has a barcode for our register and it's secure. So this is what we are going to use for the poll. We have generated for all our 11,800 more centers and stations and all 3,630 centers. We have printed, we are now packing, and then we move to the next one, which is the register for the political parties. If you look at the register for the political parties, it's somehow different from what we have as our original register. What is constant is the photo, the first name, and the other details. The voter IDs are not part of this, the receipt numbers are not part of this. And then we have also indicated what? A watermark. And this document is also secure. In the event you want to remove names, you want to edit, it's also secure. You cannot do that. At the regional tally center, we have the regional director. These are like the staff that will be handling all the results. We have the regional directors, regional data management officers, the regional IT officers. We have the regional tally center coordinator. We have the shift managers. We're going to operate on 24-hour basis. So we have guys that are shift from shift 1 to shift 2 and shift 3. We have the dispatch officer. These are like taking the result from one point to another. The intake officer, data entry supervisor. These are all, we explain our role. We intend to have a live demonstration of this tally system to all political parties. That need to be communicated very soon. The data entry, as we used to do in all our elections, we have the first entry will be done by different staff. And that same result form is given to another person for a second entry. And then the system, as it used to be, we compare what was entered by Officer A and also what has been entered by Officer B. In the event you swap votes or somebody gets 30 and then you come and input 24, the system will exactly try to swap. And then that goes to what we call form review. The form review also checks to make sure that either this person will also do a third entry of the same result form. And for it to go to the final stage, whatever this person does at form review either matches with 1 or 2. If it does not match with any of them, then it will go back to intake and then for the second time. The observer coordinator, the observer may come in and then, okay, they want to look at the result for Kailaun, parliamentary, presidential, and the rest. They have the opportunity to go to this officer, and then the person goes through the dashboard and then pull out the result which they want. For the clearance, generator attendants are just guys who will be at the cleaner at the tally center. And then we have the audit officer. There are times we have result form coming to tally center that are very difficult to interpret. Mathematically, they don't make sense. We also look at the writing, they are not clear. So for those ones, they are returned to the district team to actually do a proper checklist. And then maybe this can even lead to them asking for the ballot box to come, to do the accounting or whatever. So basically, these are the staff that will be operating at the tally center. Our data flow, presiding police station, presiding officer arrived to our NDB, and then now you can see for those of our IC, we have read and write permission, and then here we have on the write permission. And then for data entry, we have read and write, and then at the regional tally center. It tells you we have rows that can only view records. We have rows that can do both view and at the same time do update or delete. Okay? This will be the setup of our tally center. The intake, material intake. When this is like we have sent out 11,800 stations. Each station result that comes to the tally center is tracked by this officer. This will verify or to just confirm that indeed station 1 has been entered and then we have got station 1 at our tally center. Once that is done, this staff will now take the physical team because we don't want this staff that is doing the intake moving from its desk after every station and then moving. So if we sit, there will be a box place here where this result will be placed, and then this guy come and pick them up and then take them to another shelf. So you have first data entry, doing the data entry at this point, and then once that is done, we have another dispatch officer take that to 2. They also do the entry, and then the system do the comparison, as I explained earlier. What I want to say here, this is just the same process we have been using since 2007. Nothing has changed, the flow is the same, the process is the same. This is the data entry sheet that we actually see during the tally, depending on type of election and the locality for which you are keying result for. So you have all of these, and then you just key in the result, and then you save. Each submission you do, we have a feedback message telling you whether the mathematical calculations match. If they don't match, that is also put on hold. If what you have here makes sense with what you enter, then that station move to the second entry. And then, so it's a first, and then you have the same thing. So it's like we are also entering what the first person has entered. If they match, they move. If not, the system will just have it flag for a review. So basically, this will be the flow of first data entry, second data entry. Okay, that's just what we have as the result management system. It's the same before and it's the same thing that we are going to use. Finally, it's not part of this presentation. We've done some transfers of voter ID in the card distribution exercise. We also had the the nomination process. So those cards are being printed and they'll be in country by next week. We also to distribute them, and they are now coming in color, not like the first one. And also, the commission decided to also print for all those that went to the nomination, all candidates together and alongside with their nominators. So when the cards are here, we give them to you. But the law is, we give you the old one, I give you the new one. Okay? So by next week, we have those cards for relocation, transfers, political parties, nominees, and nominators. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director Swari. I'm sure PPP, wherever they are seeing you live, so that they know that you have done this presentation. The chair has made it very clear in his pronouncement that the final list of voters register is now available. It is going to be made public. It's going to be given to political parties. It's going to be a public document. It's going to be in our website. This is in the spirit of transparency, just to have it up begin saying. And they come. I want build premise. Then they can't ask you questions. Maybe some talk small. So when they say we the hide register. Why for hide register? For what reason? They register and then I drop card for one of the voter police station. They say the card and come and back, fine. But the one that all will be fixed say is necessary for all to reprint, will they do will they go to people there? As they talk so now, will they give cards them to people then who don't want to franchise anybody? You go now offices there, between the period of 3 to 5 years, we are giving out cards. That's the decision of the commission. Nobody will say anything about that. That was why allow me for that. Please. And they go serve for that rich boss. If I don't make this point, so I don't know after this, we see PPP, they're going to talk back. So then they go talk, say, the chairman go permit the vex. So we send the vex back. Because I don't know what they're going on for talk. Because anyone they pull now, not only one way, not make sense. So now it makes sense. They react. But when for a Christmas, they say we are all Chris. We not to Christian because sense is correct. When I don't do this election, we are the work away from here. Even that constitute for them. I go past the law constitute. I go down busy. I come back now. I will be that lizard way for them. We talk say nobody not praise like the praise itself. But many salute people they don't say. Now we born, we don't get no sign for go. So nothing not will make we do what's not correct for this country. What's correct for this country? We'll be beginning to 207. Now we continue for them. So I can make it talk now. Mr. Don't talk small no more. So Asafulu.
Yes, sir.
Yes. To continue, then we'll ask, we'll encourage as many questions as possible for you before we call. Yes.
Probably what I would like to add is we have generated all the files for political parties for all the 3,630 centers. The files are available. We were actually copied from cost of the volume. It's still going on at our data center. So I'm asking all political parties tomorrow, 2 p.m. you can collect your party list from our national talent center.
That is breaking news. That is breaking news. Please let them inform PPP.
So
about that.
Tomorrow 2 o'clock, we just drop our talent center at Wellington and collect your USB drive. However, if you don't trust our drive, you can come with your own hard drive. You can upload and then you take it, okay? And each and every political party is going to sign that indeed they have received the register. We go through it, we check all the centers, they are all there. the files is currently connected to my laptop. I wanted, let's have a display of it because we'll be hearing so many stuff around. The data not there, it's not 20, 90, 90 they get for use now for this. Yeah. Okay, so let's see exactly. So this is what you guys are going to get to. Just
Director Suare, through the commission, we advise that you work alongside the Department of External Relations to have this well coordinated, so that some one party will say you don't really need it, then they want to make headlines out of that. So work alongside with external relations, media, so that we have it well coordinated.
Yes, the plan was not just because of the size, and we are doing 13 copies. For not one party, will not be the other. The plan was now all man for actually receive it today. The all man itself. But because the copy not done, that's why we are saying tomorrow we're gonna wait. While we can have to get another media session so that every party
No, I think tomorrow, one thing I want for add, until 72 hours at the beginning, 72 hours don't pass, we still there alive. When they do it because they give 72 hours, they do it because they get the moral obligation for doing it right. So when they encourage political parties, they can send you a representative, you go through the external relation, fill the form, and then when they go, the left copy, the other copy, when they say they don't receive this data from the ECSL.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So I can tell you, 18 days. Tomorrow it will be 17 days. As I'm sitting here now, I know I tell you outside to go because I'm going to make headlines out of it. May person not sit up and have the plane inside the flight. So I'm not going to disclose that. Yeah. They are already talking. So questions, comments. Reverend Lion first. Any other? Log in and quick. Mr. Tunis? Second, yeah, Reverend.
Thank you once again. And I like the Safu progress. And the now a comment for the TPRC. I am encouraged because the emotions expressed at the start of this meeting, yes, it's human, but if we are not expressing also, it will mount up pressure in una and it will result in una concentration on the job. Now I have to encourage una that if out of several scenarios, they count on una for this responsibility, not to an accident, now because they get the capacity for carry out the responsibility. So that the issues when they happen, when we know say the essence of distraction, it will not be able to forget that effect. A threat will be received from owners alone. In other places, it may go beyond threat. And the key commissioners, and the key commission staff, kidnap them. But I just tell you that day, for let una not say, waiting the happy, not enough for take una to the kind level where una dey express their emotions there. People that get a purpose for doing it, and so you don't have to play into their hands. The first one, an appeal. All the issue about the data and information, una don't promise the political parties. I want to know say una the other stakeholders, very, very useful. Then una get consideration for them. The National Election Watch, who sign come out, We're highly interested, just the kind of political parties interested. And we interest now for protect on back tomorrow. Because we don't say political parties and then divide for the rule. But we camp a camp and the interest they can force. And we have to agree, we have to take decision together, but if it's not favored at the end of the day, then go back down, say no, we go to see. So but if we did, we will be an independent voice for say, well, we shall be there for that kind of thing. And so it happens. So with presence day, we get it, all the things that we get, now back up home. This issue of talk, this now for we all of reading, this have see that video with the WhatsApp and the comments with the wrong. It's actually impossible for us to rig election on election day. Political parties don't go to the extent where they go for campaign. Because they get the confidence say they're going to rig. In this current age, for say person they will rig election on election day, it is almost zero possibility. In the first place, in the polling station, every political party gets a representation. And at every stage of the process, every political party gets representation. That besides, you also get representation from other stakeholders, including internationals. If actually it be possible, SLPP not before lost election 2007, and APC not before lost election in 2018. So we forget some of them here in the back of the mind when we listen to them. We cannot stop those audios, they will continue coming. But how they receive them now is the important thing. Happy for the issue of the results transmission and especially the validation component at the polling station level. And I will want to draw attention to the fact that in Kenya, the elections we go find every observer validator, but at the end of the day, and the transmission, for the sake of the transmission, that we get for council a whole election, and we go out. Now I make I want to, even though when talking about the Talay Center, mention is being made about the results forms, but how these forms get to that regional Talay Center is not clear or nothing was said about that. And we find for them we know how this result is traveling. We now get the fireworks, we now get all them protective gears, but this is technology. And I don't want to let you confidence me 100%. And so the only guarantee are the hard copies of the result form at the polling station. So we need for note that. And in fact, by the process we sorry explain, so it don't do the advantage as observers. Because we should get interest in their results there. And since now one polling center manager, so it means there's going to be enough time in the movement of that manager from one center to the other. So we said we would get time for follow down there. Because this time the cow never suffer funding problem 2018. This time we now suffer funding problem. We will not be deploying observers in every police station. So but we will have observers in every polling center. And then we have consideration for mega police centers and hard to reach police stations and also police stations that are located along the borders. That's the consideration that is going to help our deployment. So for now, for all the results there now, we are confident that we can do it. On the issue of some of the mistakes we realized during the card distribution, the district coordinator na Thailand district, Usa register, not today it didn't appear. And so if you tell the election staff that last time when they were travel, when it didn't move forward, for then they will go vote with, it will make it almost impossible for our vote. And they don't report to the district elections office. They don't tell us, I don't know where we go for Google, and that they will go with also. So I don't know if we now get something in place for address that issue they need. Finally, I'm glad for the data protection consideration we will get. Where we say we will get all the data we will register and we will release to the public only the information where necessary enough for them to say the register and it going for who. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reverend. I think one from Tunis, then I will ask Director Swari for response.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see your levels, they changed today. You look at some circuit.
Yes, I get you.
Director, sorry, thank you very much for the presentation. I mean, I just want better understanding and clarity on the register. I see you give one, you get the photos, the address, and then I see another one where you say 2023 voters list for political parties. Any differently or
Yeah. Okay, over to you, Swari, for respond one thing.
Yes, we can clear my presentation. See, when we get them boxes, we go around 20 on each page. And then they therefore see we go for vote on June 24. That's for ECSL consumption.
Now we will project them back. Or we don't look the laptop.
The other one.
Okay.
The other one we are present. We come after that day. Now in either watermark. We say for political parties. In not again voter ID, so that you don't manufacture our card. Not again receipt number. Not again address. Then not go find that person in the stamp. So that's why we not even limited in terms of information. That's the difference between the two.
Then respond to Reverend Ayo.
Yeah, Reverend will also join. Now, for the result, how it is transferred from first of all, I start by saying the normal process, maximum charge, except all driver introduce transmission from the polling station. That's the only difference. So the same way how result will be common 2012, 2007, 2018 for the polling station for come on the Valley Center is going to be the same. And also we have been part of that process for the past hours. Polling close, do the counting, where you don't get the tea back, you seal the result inside it. There's a coordinator where they manage, like your manager can get 5 centers, 4 centers. The coordinator they can't take the result ECSL when I want to the center. They go take the building when I 2, where you get under you. Not so in one they take that result for Crown and Valley Center. They forget the vehicle with security personnel. We therefore move that result from all center for county and district office first. The district office, when I need the DM in there, now they check for say, oh, center 1 don't come, center 2 don't come, I've got this part. Then inside escort and for come now, go. For instance, if you are in the south. If you are in the north, the DM now from Kolili or Falaba or Konadu, inside they do the same thing. They pack all. You don't need to wait until you get all. Any amount you get, you can ship account. Why should you wait to come? No say all sides is only can be the same thing because of terrain. So it's going to be, that's going to be the flow, and that has been the flow. So watch it.
Thank you very much, Director Suare. On that note, even in leadership, you can assign responsibility. In the spirit of nationalism, as I say, we need to try for left now, are part of this process, and they go negotiate on behalf of Salud. Yes, and they don't say why would they on board the plane people be good of one for me, and they go some sign away, but they go for go verify on behalf of the commission something wey very significant to this process. We are not go hide, and they go South Africa for the ballots there, and they go the person there, not to secrets wey they hide about. And I make the chair say, in a place say tell them where they are, and I don't tell them. So I'm leaving now. I'm handing over my leadership responsibility to Commissioner of the North, Mr. Abubakar. Over to you. Back to level 1, please. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Alpha. One for wish you safe journey and safe flights. So we go open the floor for another round of questions.
No, sir.
Oh, that question is not just a okay.
Yes.
Okay. This na in the voter register. We na in we you go na station for go vote. Now this the staff we dey our center, and here is the information. And once the information, we are hiring this box. After you do all the process, we check out. Now you get us now go in the station. This now we not even copy this. When we give the information we dey now, not the same way there. But this alpha we read ECSL analysis center. I there so we end back now we register. So that's the difference between the two. What you will give parties, not ever be the same with the two things. There are certain information when they disclose outside. So not just for verify this, check again whatever people around you. These are the photos we will get from the civil registry. Now they will project. It's the same like that. Who you get all of this. For instance, if I put the voter ID there, you can go and generate it. Yeah. Alright, if I put the person address and personal information where they disclose. So for you, this is what you need. You get to whoever get for the last center day. You get this list in hand if you want to. Say Alpha American, right checker, say Alpha Germany will be second. So I will not even passion this. That other one in an all-man. Thank you, Suare.
Well, I mean, I just hope it will create confusion, because I know say political parties don't use for the debt. Waiting you saying that on consumption in the past.
That same format?
Yes.
We have never. Don't they in charge of this commission? Force office. The one way we are give party, they not ever be the same like the rest. Never. Maybe for by elections somebody take the actual register and go give party. But we don't do in 2018. I'm not one, 2012, I'm not one, 2007, again, we always limit putting the party. For all the names that we see now, if you open the final register, we will get the same name and they are all sorted in alphabetical order of the surname. That's just what it's doing. So, yeah, that order. So, we got the kind of name, Mohammed come there, just go there. If you get any other one, we will not give you now. Very different from this. Okay, that's very nice. Okay.
Shaban,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
I don't want to all the details one give to the electoral commission how one everybody get.
Sure.
My data must be protected.
Yeah.
So now the information about me very relevant. For let the political party know say I am on the register and I will vote. I think another important. But no one said Dr. Costa rule
We don't understand.
Okay.
Don't listen clearly at all. But
Mr. Tilis, I think your point is noted. Okay, Jamasa. Yes. Now, what you will understand, these photos were not taken by ECSL. Now, you got that clear. We will not take one picture during the registration exercise. Now, only doing the card distribution, people in a way will not get faced. Face means we will not even forget the person the data from NCL due to problems with the machine. But you will not be faced. Way back 2016, and I say face in India. And one thing they give one for emphasize, that bring that to all my knowledge now. Who will get for born or some of the polling station. The register, you are going to see photos with an 11-year, 6-month face. You are going to see 12-year face on the register. Not so, and all that reason. So now anybody go out there and start making noise, say, hey, don't see picking. That picking where we get 12 that we NCA register from 2016. That picture where they take one. Plus 6 years. They don't turn 18. So that same picture ending up. They lost you for what we can. And now I knew we don't do. Yeah? So don't get that point clear.
Thank you, Swami, for the clarification. And Reverend, thank you for that. We know say there are data protection laws. Not to everything about the individual I need to publish. Will you open the floor for another round? Yes, Dr. Bonte. I want to give to another party, but since you have your.
Thanks very much, Chairman, for giving us chance for the comments. And I want to thank the director for the presentation where you make. Very helpful. Unfortunately, you say the same system, the talent process where you describe, like it don't happen. So it means you are saying, now under this same system, they do what happened at Tom back. Now under this same system, Mr. Damba change figures at Kwenedugu. Now under this same system, we get the anomalies when we observe. We in the APC, we respect the sacrifices when the commission they make. It is not easy, make no mistake about it. It's a tough job. We're ready everyone. But we want to make this day a bit light for we all. When I look at the pictures zone I present for this one register, and compare with the pictures when they inside the other register one and you, it clearly say this why I'm not going to know that. If how you show me that, that's why we don't forget her. We're not going to know that I face this. And if the purpose of this document is for make the party agent able to know say this person we can nine this one no will serve that purpose. So we are concerned that the register one and the intent for giving. The only difference we have done see in the past between the register of the agents and the register for ECSL, and that ECSL they will bring the own landscape. We the parties will be bring to your own portrait because we don't get money. But what they see now is very different. Why things don't change? I don't know. The concerns where the Reverend they raise are legitimate concerns, but the reason why they can provide those additional details now for make you able to ascertain whether indeed this person we don't can present himself or can vote as the right person. Clearly, with this wayward that don't set and work, it will be a bit challenging for make person able to do that. We also want for, we don't raise repeatedly this issue about the talent process. I will get two concerns. One, When they do the tally, the district level tally, we want for appeal to ECSL. For make them be patient. For make them be patient, and the choose my words carefully. For make them be patient, for ensure say the party agents they will follow the inputting process. They will challenge the figures as they enter them. They will query who say that they sense discrepancies. The reason is because if they just the enter and so, the parties will not be able for check. They think how we can do yes. They can't rather do. But so for that we not do that the way we be do way bad. Then we do the right thing to make all man get the right thing. We think that way. So then go up, Mr. Chairman, I need protection. Thank you. Okay, I know my better song will talk.
Dr. Concept, they are round up.
Okay, so that we do that. But don't worry, sir. We don't come for this year. Very important life and death issue. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
No, please.
Director, boy, the joke is joke.
Very serious. Let me say serious.
No, it's not a joke.
No, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. No, we don't want this time to say life and death. No, please. I want you to
Joke, sit down. Sit down. And I want to also state, say, in the last PPLC meeting, we draw the attention of the Commission to Section 92(2) of the Public Elections Act. And that section states clearly, say, the first level of certification by the district returning officer, they take place inside the office at the district, and they will make copies of the certified results available to the political parties and observers who are present inside the office. We in the APC, they insist, so we want that first level of certification to take place in the office of the district elections manager inside the district, consistent with the provisions of the Public Elections Act of 2022, when Nauna take go na Parliament for ratification. Lastly, that transmission, I see when they talk say when they don't go na national from national they carry journal. We in the APC we concern small about that transmission. How transparent will that transmission process be, and how we can guarantee say there are no compromises that can happen na Kenya. We're very concerned, and we been already asked for me would allow we for audit the system a bit for them to get some satisfaction, and we don't refuse, but we will continue for say if we do not believe we, then maybe we will try allow some partners when they get access, when they check this system, now we shall say the foolproof provisions so that say it really gets up. Thank you very much.
Sorry. I will start with the one I read for the minutes. The technological component, and not the administrative side. I will start with the last one. Sorry. All right. I think where I start first, I say on the same process, how we tally results on the same way we tally. The software, data flow, now the same. Nothing no change. So we just add another layer for fast track the result announcement. Similar, I go back and say we get with the
the normal one will be. System auditing. 2018, I remember, after the first one, participants will go on Wellington. They say they want to take the whole software and validate and how so that they will be satisfied. The SFP take the group, they vote. The APC take group, SFP vote. In that particular session, they almost happy. We go there, they go through the system. At the end of the day, even when all the questions they ask, we answer each and every one. So the Monday go into the after that, we will again for even challenge. It was also another challenge. They say make we go na Excel. Excel for input over 11,000 stations. We go for 2 months. So system audit, we allow the political participants for go na data center for see a live demo of the process from the start to the point who will generate the result. And with permission from the chair, I will suggest the key participant, like APC will say, give it 2 posts, then do the time. SIP will give it 2 posts, then do the time. Why will you separate them? You will give SIP tax like kind of a accepting that. You will see if you go or not. This system will not use for a long period. Although you mentioned some incidences where are not be there, but similarly, the system we get, we don't see one day where anybody don't infiltrate inside. And when I send IT people, that's up, they go. If I want to enter the data center, the first thing when they say, hey, boy, they see the wireless. I said, look, if you are seeing the wireless, then get into the system, increase your vote. That's what I tell them. If the system is loose, that's an opportunity for you. If you think say you lose, just go there, sit down on your back, you do all it you want, then you win the result. And then you win the election. The system is secure. And it gets any, when they encrypt all the data for every level. In the IT what we say, no system is 100%. Then we could say if that all our know, we see get we pick part 2. Coming to party agent, sitting side operators, that in an X. And big no. We know we'll do that. If this man is not an operator, we get maybe 20 people away. This is always money input. If we sit down, so I've been now sitting in particular, meaning this Mr. Poker alone, you can forget RUSP, PDP, SF.
I cannot say that.
We say for that is not aside that, for that check. Okay, there was a point where you say you wanted the party agent. Why you don't answer this? Okay, then.
I say, usually the party agents they get the same type of register where they get, and they use that for verify. I say, but with this one, even the faces that are we no go there for make we able to know who that face that.
I've not come to the system. No, so.
I said, make we allow you for audit the system.
No, it's not for the audit. The audit can get. Gentlemen and ladies, all in this hall, people in the watching in the television. Dr. Conte, you did say that doing a data entry, you want that the party agent. So, okay, since that is not possible, so now we left that side. So we allow the data entry policy for do in entry. Okay? Coming to this. This is a challenge. Really challenge any party when they bring a political version of the register from 27, 8, 12, 18. We seem like me. I want to see that copy. Except maybe much a man. But the data will be party will not ever be the same. Station A. It starts with our coverage of any law.
over 3 months ago in this same hall or this room. We don't discuss them. We don't look at left, right. We don't look at the sections. They are already not clear. Right? Now, what we say, the results from the polling station, then they come to the district returning officer, right, at the district level. In fact, the word tally, as we say, it only exists now one place in this law, the word tally. Now let me read. The district returning officer shall, upon receipt of the statement of the result of the poll from all the polling stations located in the district, compile a summary of all the statements of the results from the polling stations concerned and certify as many copies as may be required of each summary to the regional returning officer, showing the number of votes cast for each constituency candidate, or as the case may be, each candidate in any other election held on the same day. Where does the law say it should be done? The certified copies of the summary compiled under subsection 1 shall be supplied to observers or counting agents present at the office of the district returning officer.
The point here is, they say district office. We are not doing district tally. We are not doing district certification. We are doing regional certification, and all district staff in each region are going to have a presentation, are going to have space at the regional offices. So it means wherever we are working from, it is the ECSL office and the district office. No, I mean, it's not. We are very serious on this. It's a certified copy. So it means you can certify a regional office and then take it back to the district office. Yeah, it's a certified copy. It's a, there is no space where I say you certify. That's the first premise. The second premise is you give the certified copy. So you can either take it, the agent can either pick it up at regional office or pick it up at the district office. Basically, that's it. And we do not have the space, we do not have the time, we do not have the resources to do district certification, district by district. We have to do it at regional offices where the agent will be there, and each district staff or each district election manager will be in charge of certifying the results collected from their district, and the copy will be given to the party agent or the tallying agent that will be present.
Thank you, Chair. And just to add that in 2007, there was only one tally center. So all the results from the 14 districts at the time were brought to one tally center in Freetown. We now be there by election business, right? In 2012, we established 4 tally centers. Also, in 2018, we established 5 because there was a new region in Port Loco. So what we are doing in 2023 is not different from what we did in the past years. Yes.
I think this issue of distributing the certified results, even if we say at the district office, merely administrative, we can, after certifying, we can simply go back to the district office and share the copies to the. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Coker, I think we got 2 presidential candidates at this meeting. And so now we ask Mr. Coker, one of the candidates. Yes, Mr. Prince Coker. Mr. Prince Coker.
Well, I think say Dr. Conte not going to talk now. Dr. Conte, I think say inside this room, I mean, the longest service as a chairman. Since 2012, 2018, and also 2023. I remember they were taken back to 2012. The same way we get people's meeting when you are in governance, you are not attend people's meeting regularly. Because at that time you are a minister. The time not be due. But we did a follow up since 2012 regularly. Of all waiting the goal, at that time it was NEC, not ECSL. So as the longest serving party chairman at that time, waiting in display so. In fact, I get a drive. 2012 election, the external advice when they share to all the political party chairman. At that time, I get her. It's like the same feature. I get the drive, up to now I get the drive, I keep her. Then you know, say, no, chairman, I get record. It was an external drive. Neck D2 at that time. You understand? And I'll be black safe. It was the same feature. You know, at times, to be honest, when we be not in power at that time, you know what the guys are not believe. Like the newly elected NSG, it just come. You know, from 2012, that make it take them way back 2012. Take them to 2018. So we don't follow up. All the council.
Listen, we're in a meeting.
Nobody got the address. So we offer with the system.
We're in a meeting.
I offer with the system. So everything with the ECSL project, so love and sample. You say no one is so get stuff. So I'm talking now. So sample. So me, everything when in display, and the same thing no one, just a matter of opportunity. I want to make it very clear. We get 13 presidential candidates. Some of who focus on how to win the election. Not to how to apply for some of who they do assignments very well. If I this meeting, the time will not spend their nights now. Some of who want to campaign for more votes. Rather than spending meeting crying foul play. No one knows how to win the election. They cry. You can get the confidence of the people of voting for me as a president. So no need for can begin cry. You understand? So we want to commend the ECSL, you understand? Because we know that say the same thing, we not get the correct thing because we know say by virtue of that, they will go begin attack people, you understand? If you get ECSL only the whole information display. I don't want that. And from the time we get PPLC, we talk about data protection. How do we protect the information? You understand? So in as much, now the same thing they go on since 2012, 2018, and 2023. I rest my case.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Director of Operations want to make one or two announcements for some.
In relation to the use of the voter register by political parties. From experience, I just want to emphasize that the responsibility of identifying voters at a polling center rests squarely in the hands of the voter identification officer. Because as Mr. Swaribidi said, we don't witness experiences, instances wherein when the voter identification officer don't identify the voter from the voter register, a party agent will say they don't process that voter until in Siam on in register. Now, to make it very clear, procedure demands that the responsibility of identifying the voter rests squarely with the voter identification officer. I remember in the 110 by-election, there was a situation wherein Karamokaba within a center, we go witness with the chair in that center, then the voter identification officer don't see the name of the voter, but the party agent say no, you don't see the voter yet. So they stop the voting from progressing and the process comes to a halt. We are there, we talk up and down, etc., etc. And I make it clear, I say no. The duty of the voter identification officer is to identify the voter. Once you don't identify the voter must vote. Because there are several reasons why probably the party agents not see the voter on the register. One can be in inability for such problem. The other one can be the printing error while printing the voter register of political parties. And interestingly, what happened on that day, whilst we are outside, chair advice said, let us come outside and discuss the issue. We are outside discussing the way forward, and I explain to them, waiting for the party agents come back now and say, you don't see the name. So you can imagine in the events where we will not be there, and the party agent just put the election to a standstill because, in their opinion, you need to see the voter first on the register before polling progress. So, one for me is very clear, that the responsibility, yes, you can note down, and say whether party agents have the responsibility of noting that name and later on search for them and if you not see them, report. But please, that should not be a reason to prevent a voter from voting, especially if the voter's details have been found by the voter registration officer on our own voter register.
Okay. Thank you very much, Director. So we'll move to the next presentation. We'll therefore do with the. We'll come back after. We need to make some progress. For accreditation, Director of External Relations. Are you set? No, we'll come back.
I am set.
No, please, we'll come back after the presentation. Yes, we'll come back. Well, let's do because accreditation is very, very important. We don't say we'll get a few days to the election, so you can find out we know how this process is. You go. Albert.
Yes.
Okay, so because the director said one for good look now at center, you know say only time for tomorrow. So okay, we will allow you to ask the question, but please make it brief. Time to progress.
Mr. Chairman, I hope you're not trying to guard me by telling me that I will give as less as possible. We don't give a rundown for some of the system. By which to explain, it seems for me as easy as drinking water. But this, as you also mentioned in your presentation, these are technical issues and sometimes not 100%. I need that mention and I'm happy for that. Firstly, I want to know which kind of database we use. So you don't tell me say for the online and offline. That is understandable. But we also want to know whether the database we use or whether the connection we use will be direct from the data or the data. Because I think say for one through an API system will be better. And also I will ask Una to make Una allow you talk about the secondary system database when you say that you are which they call they go down and they get access to another that system then I distribute all the results. You recall that also. You recall that where you say you get a system where like all the results they go that system they convey and they already distribute. You remember not so? So that you call about we call it the secondary database. Now or primary whatever. We want to make at least create another database or system, as you may call it, you are the technical man. Apart from the one where they go directly to owner, you get another one where inside the result in the camp that can be accessible to the EU, to NEW, and all the other institutions there, so that we serve and also the political parties and other NGOs and other people. That one day, that particular one day, ECSL get the own, and then this other one will be accessible to a specific group of people when your partners then. Owners want to make sure the system clear and free and fair. And that system then go able to analyze them, in line with what you want to use. But of course, when they go on your system, and the same they come on this system. I hope you understand what I mean. So that then self be assured say, whatever we are doing and that, it's the same, whatever then do with this other database. But of course, not to say that you will be public to all everybody. but not just the set of category of people that will get access for monitor that other services they will get access to. And I think say if this so you understand what I talk, many other people that don't understand what I talk. So comment on that, please.
No, please let him respond and then we'll come to you. Let him respond. The point where you raise a very salient point. It's like you have this weapon and then you tell the person, say, now stone and take Kosika. I take water for putting this part. You are looking over it. We have never. And database, as we are saying, as they say, we have a copy here, you have a copy there. Who not going to ensure security to one another? That's what I'm saying. I have mine. Yes. And then you're asking me to do a secondary copy for. Yes. What happens at this level? Who controls this level?
That level is controlled by the international.
No, wait. Hello? Hello?
All right. This meeting ECSL corner. Thank you. We only get one chairman there. Okay. On a meeting on a campaign, we go ahead. Go inside this hall. Now ECSL and in charge. Well done. The question I want to ask when Secretary General of APC asked, now would they respond to? If we get issue, we raise them. One thing we don't assure this country, we don't assure international partners. This election is 100% conducted by ECSL. That's it's clear. So whether somebody say let us can be a third or fourth party, the party, let me put the accredit the political parties there for let them be present at all levels. Now that makes me say we are not going to rely on 100% technology. We are going to utilize manual as well. Now it makes sure I can explain that the result reconciliation form again for crime will physically inside day. If any controversy day, we address that day. So we not give with rights. The constitution I give with the mandate for conduct elections. Now I give with the mandate for draw up regulations. In the interest for making work easy. So we not give rights. So if we knew, look me under. The moment we do voter registration, they ask me for let them do kind of audit. Like our consultant, we tell the plane say we not they do it. So not to EU or not to UN or to US, we can forgive the right to anybody for audits or for being counter verification. If we cannot trust us, then there is no need for this institution to exist. Thank you. It don't exist for 20 decades, for 2 decades. They don't conduct elections. The same promise we don't make now, I don't make repeatedly. Our doors are open. We are ready for new consultations. and we're ready for let everybody participate in this process. At the end of the day, I'm sure, just like in November or October, somebody be remind me say you know be the least accepted or confirmed ECSL in the parliament. But by October, the entire parliament they stood up and commended the ECSL because all the 20 by-elections we conducted were fair. APC, SNPP won in different locations. So the same institution is here. We are going to conduct this election. We are going to ensure that we are transparent, we are credible, and the result will be accepted. Sample, let we all dance and carry the constitution. Thank you.
So I haven't heard that. I don't think so. You can move before again. Let's hand over the bill.
Albert, if you want to have authority, accreditation, every stakeholder, every electoral stakeholder that wants to have authority in the process from administration level right through, you must be accredited. Let's start with the legal framework. Sections 137, 164 to 167 of the Public Elections Act gives the Commission mandate and also the authority and their rights and obligations. 164 talks about the authority of ECSL to accredit observers. The process 165, the authority of the ECSL to revoke for pull and back like you are, even when we accredit you to get the power for accreditation back like that. It is there. Then of course rights and obligations of observers and observing elections without accreditation. It is an offense. This is the authority. It simply means the Commission has the authority to accredit institutions. We don't accredit individuals, but institutions. An election observer accredited by the Electoral Commission shall provide an accurate assessment of the election. That's what the law says. Highlight specific recommendations for the verification of the accuracy of the voters list and ways that voter registration will be improved. This one was taken verbatim from the demonstrate support of genuine democratic elections, contribute significantly to promoting public confidence. There has to be public confidence, and observers have to demonstrate that and contribute significantly to promoting public confidence and calming tensions. It's like what I'm doing now is for us all to be calming tensions in the post-election period. An accredited observer shall submit a report. Please let's take note. Accredited observers shall submit a written report to EC for the observations not later than 3 months. The Electoral Commission may, let us underline the word, may accredit an applicant to observe an election. We may do it, we may not do it. That is the discretion of the ECSL. And the institution, the observer group will, of course, promote conditions conducive for fair elections, ensure that the persons appointed by the applicant will observe the election impartially and independently of any registered political party or candidate contesting the election. Be competent and professional in observing that election. Subscribe to the Code of Conduct of Observers issued by EC. Where the Electoral Commission decides to accredit an applicant, in this case we are talking about an institution, the applicant will enter the applicant's name in the register of accredited observers. We have applications that have come in. The Commission will have to enter the names of all, including political parties. They are coming there. Issue a certificate of accreditation. in the applicant's name stating the period and other conditions of accreditation. The Commission is going to issue a certificate of accreditation to anyone that it accredits. Where the Election Commission decides not to accredit an applicant, the Commission shall inform the unsuccessful applicant in writing of its decision. The Electoral Commission shall maintain at its headquarters a register of observers, accredited observers. The mode of application. This one goes for every observer. And let me state this point that even the political party agent is an observer. The political party agent, like any other observer, you are there to observe. The only thing is the objective of the observation is what is different. For the political party agent, his or her observation may be subjective because he or she is seeking the political party's interest. But apart from that, all other things or activities going on at that center level, the party agent can take note and make reference to the parent institution, which is the political party. But the agent here is not an election staff, not to tamper with any activity. We want us to maintain that. This is the mode of application. We have the online accreditation portal. It is open for all observers, even the political parties, because when you enter this platform, this portal, you have areas that are for observers, you have areas that are for political parties. So every political party, you can use the link. It is online accreditation ec.gov.sl, and you can submit list of either observers or political party agents. We have the objective of the observation process is to ensure that political parties, observers, whether national or international, media, national or international, who wish to witness the conduct of all or any aspect of the electoral process are given the opportunity. That is the essence. And there is a rationale behind that. Through the accreditation process, political parties, candidates, and their agents, observers, media institutions are authorized to observe electoral processes, take note of happenings during the process, and report to their respective institutions. So the polling station is not where party agents and ECSL staff are going to argue about who does what. The polling station is not for that. The party agent, as an observer, the national observer, the CSO observer, the media observer, they can take notes and report to their parent institution and not to act as. This rationale is also reinforced by the UN. The categories, political parties and candidate agents are category number 1. We have electoral observers, national, international. We have the media, national and international. Now let us look at rights and obligations of observers. Section 167 of the PEA 2022. All accredited observers. When we say accredited, we are going to accredit political parties as agents. ECSL is going to accredit you as observers, national, or our international partners as international observers, or even the media. You are all observers in the process. One, you are entitled to observe all aspects of the electoral process. It has been taken verbatim from the law, whether it is registration, voting, counting, determining of the results. 2, have freedom to move, freedom of movement, so within and from areas specified in the certificate of accreditation. Have a right to communicate freely with registered political parties and individual candidates contesting in elections, electoral officials, government functionaries, the media, civil society organizations, and other when we say have the right to communicate, there is nothing wrong to communicate, but you don't have the right to participate or to do the work of the ECSL individual. While observing an electoral process, the representative of an accredited observer must wear and visibly and conspicuously display the identification cards at all times. Whether you are a party agent, national observer, international observer, ECSL is going to provide accreditation tag for you. Roles and responsibilities of observer institutions. Institutions are required to submit a list of observers. Institutions are not individuals accredited. Whether you are a political party, you are a national or international, you have to submit your names. Persons who are accredited to observe electoral processes are required to read and understand general guidelines and code of conduct of observers. So it is expected political party agents should understand the codes and of conduct of observation. Institutions must ensure that all their observers are of sound mind. This is for political parties. Our agents, you should take responsibility that they should be of sound mind. And have agreed to abide by the rules and regulations governing the electoral process. Institutions are required to ensure accurate and correct details of observers are submitted and their responsibility for any misconduct. Any misconduct, it is organization, institution, whether a political party or observer group, you are going to take responsibility. Institutions are required to give feedback on findings in the form of reports or hold engagement discussion with the Electoral Commission on SAFE. Code of conduct of accredited observers. Observers shall not be involved in the administration of any aspect of the electoral process, either by giving directives. Let us take note of that. No party agents, no observers have the right to give directives at polling station or interfere with election officials in the performance of their duties. All observers shall comply with lawful directives issued by or under the authority of the Electoral Commission, including the order to leave the center or premises where the electoral activity is conducted by the Electoral Commission. Observers shall not attempt to procure favors or induce election officials in the performance of their duties. If observers need any clarifications, they should do so in a polite manner with ECSL officials in charge or through external relations resort officials or the Commission generally. Persons are allowed to enter the polling centers and stations. In addition to voters and escorts of voters requiring assistance, the following are permitted to access the polling centers and stations on presentation of their badges, the accreditation tag. Any ECSL member.
Director, you have 2 minutes to complete this presentation.
Thank you. Basically, as listed, all of these ones have the right to enter or access our polling station and centers. Managing access to polling centers and stations. Only authorized persons, those that have been accredited, are permitted in polling stations. And we have various categories for observers, political party agents. Let's note for political party agents, it is 2 per station, but 1 at a given time. 2 per station, 1 at a given time. Other roles and responsibilities are party agents. He or she can or must observe the polling exercise on behalf of his or her party, bring questionable or irregular activities to the attention of the presiding officer, observe the counting procedures, sign the reconciliation result forms, and obtain a copy for the political party agent. continues to be asked to leave the station if he or she is not complying with his or her obligations. Comply with the guidelines and code of conduct issued by the ECSL. Of course, only one party agent or candidate represents the party at a time. They should always visibly put on their accreditation. Not interfere with the polling and counting process in any way. Not display anything which indicates that he or she is the representative of a particular party or independent candidate. And importantly, abide by all national laws and regulations. We have the roles and responsibilities as listed. They are there for all of us to note. They are readable. We also have roles and responsibilities of accredited observers, but for this purpose, we limit it to the political parties. And we also have for the media the issue of revocation, where an accredited observer fails to comply to a material extent with any condition of the accreditation. The EC may revoke its accreditation after having given reasonable notice of revocation to that observer. Observing elections without accreditation. Any person or institution who observes an election without prior accreditation from the Electoral Commission commits an offence and is liable on conviction to be fined not less than 10,000 euros. This is going to be the sample of the certificate, but this certificate is only going to be given when all observer institutions would have submitted the list of the observation team. Then the chair will sign the certificate and the chair will give out the certificate to the institution. As per law, this is going to be the register, the organization, the category, whether it's national, international, or media, the head of the organization, the contact, the name of observers, the number of observers, and the area of deployment. That is the register that we're going to keep. This is going to be a sample for political party. We have portraits as well as landscape. National observers, portraits and landscape. International, media. For allocation, based on records from the data we got from the nomination, for political parties, we shall be accrediting 180,000 political party agents nationwide, but it will be done at district level. The national observers, our estimation is 20,000 observers. District and HQ level. International observers, our estimation is 1,000. The media, our estimation is 2,000. This is the online link, online accreditation.ec.gov.sl. When you are in, this is the interface. But of course, you will have to sign up first as an institution. If you don't sign up, you will not be able to sign in. Signing up simply means you start afresh and key in username of the organization, your password, an email address, and all other information. Then after, it will give you an automatic message, an instant message that will go to that email address. Then from the email address, you verify or you approve. Then when you come back here, you sign in now as a user. Then you start to do input. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Director. I asked two people here for talk because they did not put their hand in previously enough. And after that, I will ask Mr. Abdul Fatoma a next message for all the political parties. After that, I believe this meeting for me, of course, except for the wife. So the two people away have been previously see the hand up. I will now be for you, Imam, There was also Dr. Kapua and then Abdul Fatoma, the Imam.
I just wanted to register my unflinching and unequivocal thanks and appreciation to everyone here at this material point in time. It is very much important for us to know that we only have one Sierra Leone. Nothing, Leader King Jr. says our lives begin to end, it will become silence about things that matter. Usman Dan Fodio, Imam of Sokoto Jihad in Nigeria in 1804 to 1810 says a nation can survive in poverty, but a nation cannot survive in injustice. The Swedish philosopher Johan Galton says, peace is not the absence of violence or war, but also the presence of justice. Butos Ghali says, war begins in the minds of men. William Shakespeare says, evil people thrive because good people continue to remain silent. It is very much important for us to know that at this particular point in time, I just wanted to implore or to desperately beg the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone for them to do the needful. It is very important, like what the Bible says, Luke 12:48, to whom much is given, much is expected. I believe much is given to them, so we are expecting much from them. Galatians 6:7 says, whatsoever the hand spread, so it shall reap. It is clear for us to understand that they themselves are going to make this nation, they are going to break this nation after the election. Whosoever wins, let the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone declare the individual as the winner. We are expecting much from these people. If nobody sees you, God Almighty sees you. So it is clear for them to do the needful. At the end of the day, let the will of the people be reflected. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, I introduced the man as our Imam. Go tell the Bible. No, it's not good. Dr. Kapua.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm not that learned like my scholar. So I would rather put Salia Kroma and not John Galt. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, my initial comments were about mortgaging our integrity in the name of international partnership. We in the SLPP, we want to be on record that we dissociate ourselves from any attempts to give the sole relevance we want to give to the EU in the conduct of these elections. The EU should remain observers, and that is what they are. Having said that, I have some questions for Mr. Masakwe, Mr. Chairman. Like I said, we have an excellent history of working with observers, SLPP, right from 2007. We still hold on to that. We'll continue to work with observers because in opposition and in government, we have worked with them, so we have that excellent history. To Mr. Director, can we also have the data on the number of accreditations to be issued out to observers, especially international observers? We want to know, for example, how many EU people will be out there observing, because we want to be sure that if we say 30, we know they are 30, and we know they are spread. We don't want a situation, for example, where you have an observer riding on Okada or Malanki in the name of observing. Let it be responsible observations. So that's one request on the SLP. Please. We also hope you're going to have, like I said, how many issue to each national observer groups. For example, new, we want to know, you have issued out 2,000 to new. For us as SLPP, we also, or maybe we want to ask you, how spread are you in your observations? Because we have had instances where you have touched people accredited and you see 60 on the streets. So people will go and print fake accreditations. As a party, we're going to monitor that, so we just wish to ask how many, especially our preference on international observers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. On accreditation,
Chairman, I may want to observe, sir.
I'm coming. The question is for us. We will respond. The director of external relations will respond.
Mr.
Dubuya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Masako. Of course, the data you're giving, they are clear. 1,000 and for international and the other one for national, the numbers are there. You know the numbers, you know those who are coming for. I mean, you will know how to distribute that. That's your own prerogative according to those who are approaching. Because by international organization or national organization did not, approach you, so be it. But I'm not concerned with the 180,000 for the political party. How are these 180,000 going to be distributed? I don't know. The figure is not there, but maybe you give us now or tomorrow. But we need to know how these ones are going to be distributed.
Thank you. You will respond. Thank you. Albert.
Yes. Let me start with the issue of knowing who is going to observe. The law states that there is going to be a register. That is the law. And the commission is pursuing that every institution, whether you're a political party, you are an observer group, you have to submit. What we do as external relation is to compile and have a database. Like for example, if you look at that register, number of observers that will be stated, area of deployment, it will be given to the commission, then the commission, for the attention of the commission, whether the commission will give. My own role in the external relations department is to collate the information, put them in on the register and submit to the commission. We are going to have a register of all observers. And if you look at the list, I mean, if you look at the columns, you have number of observers. From what we started receiving, we have some observer institutions, they only want 5, some 10, some 500. That is why we have a register. The register is not, I'm not going to give you, I'll give the commission. My role is to provide the register to the board of commissioners. The rest assured that is going to happen. Then on the issue of the other 180. When I started, my presentation was predicated on the nomination data. We should note that we have 11,832 stations. 11,832 stations times 2. So under normal circumstance, if we calculate 11,832 times 13, times 13 political parties times 2, we shall be talking about 300,000+. But based upon the nomination data, we are going to limit it so that if we have 2 political parties in Kalau, we give accreditation to the 2 political parties and not the 13.
Once you apply,
what we are saying, in fact, the accreditation is going to be done at district level, not to Yasu. Meaning, when you go, you have to submit your list. Then they will put, if you go, we are not just going to give you the cards. You go, you submit your list, then the district office will assist you to go through the accreditation. But what we are saying, we looked at the data from the nomination to determine. I mean, it is foolhardy to have nominations, accreditation for 13 political parties in a district that only have, even if you are not there. That's why we have observers. Observers can play the role. Wait for me. Even during campaigns, it's what we have done. Campaign dates have been allocated based upon presence. Hello. If you have to give us director,
Now, to bring this start is an expensive process. We are aware that some of the parties will not have 100% coverage. We are aware of that. We don't want to print 307,000 cards. It's expensive. But if your party
party has the capacity to deploy agents in all 11,000 stations, we don't have a problem. Apply. What he has given us is estimated figures. It's an estimate. We know that some of the parties will not deploy agents in all the communities. So, we know that. No, we know that some parties will not, even when we have by-elections, we know that. So we are not going to waste money to print all the accreditation cards for them. So we have to be,
so automatically we are marginalizing the presidential candidates rather than focusing on the parliamentary and the local constituencies.
What we are saying is, if you have the capacity to deploy, apply. Mr. Nabil Kamara, presidential candidate of the PLP, if you have the capacity to deploy in all the 11,800 and something police stations, apply. Sample, eh? Sample.
I actually count on your
let's make it brief, sir.
I'll be very brief, sir. This is serious. This is serious, sir. I want to draw our attention to the fact that elections do not have space for discretion. That is why for every activity, the Electoral Commission will draw guidelines and rules and will take that to Parliament so that it becomes law. And in the 1991 Constitution, which is the supreme law of this land, it is stated that elections shall be observed. And so I want us around this table to be respectful when addressing other institutions that have a role to play in this election. I am not talking to you, Mr. Kapua, and I hope you will give that respect to me to talk to whom I want to talk to. Please. Fine. Fine. So why would you want to? Mr. Chairman, I would even want you to tell Mr. Kapua to withdraw his statement that I am rascal. That is unfortunate. Alright, thank you that you don't mention that. Thank you that
Gentlemen, you have the floor. Let's go to the point and let's end this meeting, please.
My point is, the laws have outlined the roles of everybody to be played. Let us respect that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, you have the opportunity now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I want to something relates to.
Please introduce yourself. I think that's not only meeting.
No, I'm not even the chairman. I'm the chairman and leader for CDP.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to light on the issue of observation missions. For us, every new the different colors and all from you and other people. They want to interview. Sometimes you ask a question. Now that Albert is talking about procedures, how people will apply for being an observer. Then people that already don't get their own observer status. Where in every new meeting anyhow, I can hear all over the place, they ask you a lot of questions. So sometimes we want to ask a question. They already don't get their own observer status, the ACC don't sign their own certificate, they don't give them. Done one, done two. The issue of somebody with a registration say NEC for allow the system to be watched by third party. Even to America and all the places where they go to elections here. And obviously that the election body don't ever get any kind of position that they for make you get a third party where they rule the ICC structure. Do you understand? First of all, NEC don't do from time immemorial. You don't see, and then they don't conduct the election here out here. So I don't see any way one individual just say out of 13 or 14 parties conduct election. a third party, we're not even in Sierra Leone, but just there at the other end. They go into the system, they decide what it for. Let's say with your snack and don't conduct. And for say, people that they ask, for example, this is an opinion about audits.
No, Chairman, we don't address them. The CDC, we don't address them.
No, this is my own point now.
Okay.
I agree that when you talk about audits and all those things, this institution when NECO develops in election, the people who don't care when new people are not considering 4 or 5. And the same people who know here out here. So I don't say we forget that kind of confidence in them, make them conduct the election. And whosoever win, when the party win, we all happy. If another party win, we all happy. So they are allowed to look at this EU and observer business. We don't know that who they determine exactly which will be followed.
Okay, thank you. No, let me just state that the government of Sierra Leone and the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone invited institutions to come and observe the election.
Yeah, to observe.
One of them is the European Union. We also have the we are going to have the Commonwealth. We have the African Union, ECOWAS, and other organizations. Let me state that. Finally, I want to ask Mr. Abdul Fatoma. He has something for the political party.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And we get the electoral law made simple booklet where we share to political parties. We believe that will help them to let them understand the Public Elections Act more in a simple manner as to how they would ask relevant questions to ECSL and also how they will be able to get a better understanding about the very process where they participate in. And you know, when I see the role where the conflict prevention played with the APC man, Mr. Dumbuya, and the SFPP man, Mr. Kalon. So we'll be able to get, you know, a calm down in a very sense. So, the election conflict prevention will continue to engage political parties and other stakeholders. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No, please, we end. But Mr. Fatoma, nothing says you find Mr. Kalon, Mr. Dumbuya, they should that before.
Thank you very much for all this dialogue we don't get. We don't go, we don't come, by God in power, we have very peaceful, successful election. Then we always get and we say, what would they try for do now for the good of the country? And so we put Salon first. Make we not hate we serve. Not to everybody for win election, but the time will come for win. Yeah. Anybody when no want competition or when no want lost election, not go into it. Don't go into it. You either lose or you win. But when you actually lost with grace, the whole world see how you receive it. It adds a feather to your cap. You may have lost an election, but you don't win something. And that's not the respect when you get in the community as the way you react. So as a commission and continue for telling us that we committed to peaceful, free, fair, credible elections to be done in a very professional manner. And I wish everybody a very successful elections period. And thank you very much. All my boyfriends will meet over there. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.